Good afternoon, Boca. No, it is not Scott Shabbat. It's Freddy Fixit Santori. The great Scott Shabbat is in, where is he? Connecticut. Visiting his kids. I think he's visiting his son. So we're not going to have the digital power hour today. We're actually going to continue with the Health Sports Sense with my co-host, Liz Becker.
Liz Becker, that's right.
I'm only allowed to say Liz Becker. Nothing more. Calling number 888-721-0074. That was a good set we just did.
It was.
Did you have fun with that?
I did. I learned a lot.
A good doctor is getting more and more calls as we go along. So Liz Becker, we have a show that we do. She's the co-host on the Freddy Fixit show, Santori and Sons, on Monday night on our sister station, 1470 AM. And Liz is involved in Enhanced NLP Communications.
That's right. Enhanced NLP Training is the name of my school.
Give a little plug in there. A little phone number, please.
It's 791-6813. I just blanked out on the phone number.
Well, there you go. And what's the website?
EnhancedNLP.com.
Excellent.
It's communication skills training, good for personal and professional development.
And one of the things we're going to use this next half hour is Scott does a masterful job explaining how important websites are to business. Mm-hmm. And you and I both use websites because it's your calling card to business. And we want to also talk a little bit about how important it is to come on radio, internet television, and cable television. All those mediums are available. And you can give us a call at the, what number should we give? The 866-224-5422 number. And we'll give you that information and connect you so that you can do those things. But Liz, you know as well as I know that enhanced communication is important in any aspect of business.
Sure.
And it becomes an important deal when you have to communicate to sell your product. So people that are listening to us that have a business, I know you guys tune in for the gold reports, invest in gold, the market. That's what 740 Money Talk Radio is all about. Mm-hmm. But if you're listening to how to handle your portfolio and you're at work and you own a business, we're giving you the tools. Right. You know, we're giving you the opportunity to learn how to communicate, to learn how to market, putting it on the air and expressing it cleanly and correctly. And it's important that you get this information. I mean, we even offer a doctor who's just on with us before who can take away your ailments to go to work. Yeah. If you're sick, you can't go to work. Yeah. So important aspect, communication in the business aspect. You know, if you want to come on 740 radio and you need help in communicating or you're a little shy or whatever, coming on radio and internet television, which the radio offers as well, Liz will help you with communicating.
Sure. Listen, I think that you made a really good point because when it comes to business, you know, we're in a market right now that is challenging in the fact that there's so many different venues of media, right?
That's right.
And you really want to, I was just listening to the show before with the investment gentleman. I don't know, I can't remember his name. It was right before 11:30.
Okay.
But he was talking about how investors build portfolios. And the safest way to build a portfolio, what makes him unique is that he covers the 4 different areas, whether it be bonds, stocks, commodities, or just cash. So that's pretty much the same thing goes with business and with media and with the way that you're going out there. You want to cover all areas. You want to have the TV, the internet, radio. That's going to get your widest range of publicity.
That's right.
Now, we all know this, but the question is not necessarily what you're doing, how are you doing it?
How are you doing it?
In each one of those areas. If you are communicating in a way that's better for radio, but you're doing it on TV, and if you're doing communicating better for TV and you're doing it on the radio, right, obviously you're going to get resistance. You're not going to get the result that you want.
That's correct.
Even I've seen, so many websites. For someone to have a website that is not good, let's just say, that does not look professional, the only way that they're going to be successful if they've already branded themselves and have such a following that these people don't care what their website looks like. They're going for a specific reason and they already have the credibility, because your website's really your resume. It's not just your business card. It's your resume too.
That's right.
It's got all of your experience, the latest up-to-date information about what you're doing. So I think that people tend to lack on that aspect, on what specifically they're saying, how they're saying it, what they're relaying about themselves, about their business, about themselves personally in their business.
Exactly. And that's a good point, because you can have, I've worked with Scott Shabbat on getting websites to look and feel with all sorts of video screens and television access points and different aspects to make that website come alive. And it's important to be able to do that and to take it further. You know, marketing, it should be at least 30 to 40% of your budget of what you're doing. Because if you want to have people come and call you to do whatever it is or buy into whatever it is you're selling, you have to be able to market it, you have to be able to communicate it, and you have to be able to do commercials. You know, it's funny. The good doctor, when I met him, he didn't come on the show. He did it via the phone. And I think that he's gained more and more confidence, and he's getting better at it. And communication is the name of the game. If you can't communicate your thoughts of what you want to sell, then you're just going to be spinning your wheels in the sand, you know?
And it's got to be easy, too. That's another thing. You know, people don't have the time to be doing such due diligence and long hours of research. So you want to relay the most important and clear information in the shortest period of time, whether it be on your website, whether it be on a radio show, whether it be at a networking event when you have like a 30-second pitch to give.
Exactly.
And you want to make it very specific and give a great impression of yourself with the most amount of information in the least amount of time.
That's right. And there's always that cost factor, because marketing involves money. But if you look at the standard newspaper rate, where you could put in the Sun Sentinel or anything like that, and the effectiveness is wide range of people, but is it effective? You're going to probably spend less money to come on radio and have a website that's super duper and people can watch you and drive traffic to that website. It's going to be less than doing that, and more effective, because you're going to be affecting people directly. And if you look at any of the morning shows, Liz, everything they do is all about interaction with the public. They take it outside, and it could be 50 below zero. You could see them up in New York freezing, but they want to shake hands with people that have come in from different parts of the state, different parts of the country. You want to be up close and personal. And it all begins with your body language. It all begins with your communication. It all begins with your eyes. It all begins with you, the person, selling.
Sure.
And a lot of people that have businesses, you know, I mean, I don't even know what the number is. I think 70% of all new businesses fail. And that number simply comes down because you don't have a good plan going in. All right? So why don't you give Enhanced Communication NLP Training's phone number and website again?
Sure. It's enhancednlp.com, and it is 305-791-6813. We actually have our next training coming up in October 5th.
That's right. We still haven't figured out how to videotape that.
Yeah,
because you have to come up with something clever.
Something clever.
And again, we invite you to come down. We have on 1470 on Monday nights from 6 to 8. We have shows. We have Alan Elkin's show, which we're going to be doing this Monday. We have a whole different attorney take on that. And we have Caregiver's Reality that comes out after that. And then we have the School of Deliverance. And I tell you, the School of Deliverance gets a lot of attention because the content has to do with things that are a little bit different. It's not gospel, you know, listen to God. It's a little bit different. Oprah is involved in that stuff as well, from what I'm hearing. And then we have our show. And our show likes to try different things. You know, we talk about fixing up things that are broken. And again, communication is important. We have our board guy in here, Mr. Blake. Mr. Blake, who does voiceovers, right, Blake? Where's Mr. Blake?
I've done a little voice work.
Why don't you give us a sample of what Mr. Blake does?
So you're just going to put me on the spot like that?
Just put you on the spot and turn it up because I can't hear
Freddie,
you.
you love doing that, don't you?
You know me. I mean, I may get up right now and let you take the show.
Freddie, you got to give me something to work with here.
All right, sell me deodorant. Do a nice voiceover on deodorant. Voiceover is a part of the business where what you do is you bring in, and I'm giving you a little stall time here. What you do, you pick, it doesn't matter what it is. What you do is you pick a 30-second story or 60-second story, depending if it's TV or radio, and you have to tell your story, and you have to communicate your story. It has to be done cleanly. It has to be done effectively. And that's what you see every day on television. A lot of people fast forward the commercials. You'd be surprised how many people actually watch them. You got a little voiceover for me?
I think he should do it. I have an idea. I think he should do something like toothpaste or smile, because he's got such a beautiful smile.
Come on,
Smiley.
Smiley.
They could see it, right?
There's something you've done.
I haven't really done that much in terms of commercials.
Well, you're in the wrestling business, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, this guy is in the wrestling business. He is the announcer. Tell us what you're announcing of.
Yes, I announce for 5 companies down in Florida and also one up in Virginia.
There you go. So give me a in this corner. Give me something like that.
All right, I can do that.
Give me that.
Ladies and gentlemen, standing to my left, Freddy Fixit.
Now you know something.
That was awesome. I love it.
I'm gonna tell you, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. But that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Those kind of voices, those kind of bits. That's what you got to do to get people's attention.
Sure.
And this is a guy. I mean, he does his profession. That's your profession, right?
I do that as well as some sports broadcasting.
And
I sit in here from time to time.
And then you're in here, and we can't have enough of Blake. We love Blake. We just can't catch him. He does miraculous stuff. But the bottom line is, if you get a commercial with that kind of voice going,
sure,
people are going to remember you. And in this business, when you have 1 million people coming at you to sell you something, you're only going to remember, and I'm talking to the business owners out there, you're only going to remember that which stays in your mind.
Sure. You got to give that information, like I said, in a short period of time that is going to be memorable. I mean, just like he just did right now. We're going to remember that moment.
Forever.
You know, sports, look at the sports announcers for the Heat, you know. My son, 8 years old, since he was 5 years old, he knows how to say Mario Chalmers exact same way that he does it, or Chris Bosh. You know, it's those little things that are going to set you apart from everybody else in your industry.
That's right.
And that goes with every industry you're in. And it should be the same in your website. What's your website? If you're a plumber amongst 5,000 other websites out there, what is going to set that apart from everybody else? Also in TV, I mean, in all the areas.
All those aspects. You want to bring in voice. You want to be able to communicate your product. You want to be able to do it effectively, cost effectively. Yeah. But it has to be good content. It has to be crisp. And it's got to be hopefully different. Something different that sets you apart. And SAS Digital, you know, bless Scott, at least he is trying to get the word out on his show. And he's trying to explain, if you have a business and you want it to get better results, you want to be able to try different things. Mm-hmm. Voiceovers are very effective. And voiceovers can be done with a video, and it can be done also on audio, and it can be done on your website. It can be done on cable TV. It can be done on the radio. It's a good advertisement a platform to do. So, you know,
I have a good friend of mine. His name's Yoav Cohen, and he's the founder of a very successful company called Genesis Media. They're in New York. They have also an office here. And really the way of the future, the way that he sees it, I see it in many ways, is video, you know. And you'll notice that on the websites right now that are really doing well and attracting people. They have some kind of video content on there. People are getting a little bit lazy with reading long articles.
Yeah, nobody wants to read anymore.
They don't want to read it. They don't have the time. I mean, look at the way that our days are going. So much information going around. So I think it's something that has to be both visually appealing, it's got to sound good, and it's got to feel good, meaning whatever you're seeing or hearing is going to elicit a good state in a person, not a negative state in a person.
That's right.
And that's where you're going to have repeat to your site, to your shows, anything.
That's correct. And also you want it to be seen on your phones,
Mm-hmm.
you know, your i5, your Androids. Yep. So you have to make it so people can see you. Facebook, your social media outlets, you know, you can have a Facebook page and still have your live stream of your show on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
And the object of the game is you can turn that into a success because you can have guests on there and you could embed the code on theirs.
Mm-hmm.
At AM Squared TV, what we do is we have 112 different sites where we embed our code. So shows are going out all over the place. And we've noticed that not only is Florida a client, but the whole world is. You know, if you have a computer, you can see us.
Oh, yeah.
And you can advertise with us even if you're in Hong Kong. Yeah. It doesn't make a difference because what you want is to sell your product. You're doing it via a website, so it's going to be shipped to you. There's no salesman coming to your house, so you don't have any overhead there.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is if you want to expand your horizons from a newspaper, somebody having to read, oh my God, I used the R word. They don't do it.
No.
It's just not happening. I wish people would read.
Yeah.
It's just not going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a good point.
Click.
It's a good point. One click and you're going through there. The other thing that we do also on AMP is that we have lower thirds where there's a stream rolling across the bottom of the screen, and on that screen, I usually put CNN News. So if you click on any of those articles, it takes you to CNN, and you're able to read, again, the R word, or see the pictures, whatever you're comfortable with.
Right.
But one of the other things that we're doing on that platform is that we're able to advertise other companies that are watching you. So people that are watching us, when this thing is embedded, they're going to have underneath different companies, tires, Pampers, whatever, and you click on there, and it takes you to a website where you can order online with a credit card, PayPal, whatever you got, and you're done, and you move on, and you never leave the program, which is an amazing aspect. Another thing that we do is pay-per-view. If you want to have an event and you want to zoom in only to a specific auditorium in California, we give a code, and only that specific people will see that event. And again, business owners, you can use this as an educational piece, as an entertainment piece. You know, weddings. You can't have Margaret from Utah coming to the wedding because, unfortunately, she doesn't know Dr. Pinozo and she has arthritis and she can't get here.
Right.
And you can have her watch the wedding. Not only does she watch the wedding on a pay-per-view site, but she also gets to talk to the people at the party, which is really cool. And you set up the cameras and you set up the TVs, and it's like she's there. And we ship her a bottle of whatever they're drinking or a piece of the cake, and she has it there, and she becomes part of the deal. Stuff like that you can't get anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, even in the coaching industry, you know, in my coaching practice, I have a lot of clients that I do coaching sessions through Skype. Now in this industry, webinars, teleseminars are huge. And you're able to get a wide range of people and clientele from all over the world be part of this experience, be able to contribute as well into it. So there's so many different areas, like you say, that I think interaction is really important when you're doing any of it. People you want to get people moving. You want to get people doing something, even if you're the one helping them.
Right.
You know, they have to be proactive, even if it's the littlest thing, even if it's just going to click something on a screen, even if it's having to make one comment. I mean, how many times do you see on Facebook, why do people post things? You know, so that people will respond in their threads and actually do something, get them interacting, get them involved. And yeah, we're not going to talk about my post today.
Yes, we are. Yes, you know it's coming.
I knew it. I could read your mind.
Liz is actually writing a book. And we're not going to talk about the book, but we're going to talk about. You asked to get an input on Facebook. Why don't you tell us?
I put a very simple post that said something to the effect of, "I'm doing some research, and I would like all the men that read this on Facebook to let me know what personality qualities," and I made it, personality qualities, "do you find sexy in a woman?"
Not physical, gentlemen.
Correct.
Personality.
And then I even went on further to be even more specific, and I said, for example, if you feel that confidence is something sexy in a woman, please explain what specifically about confidence. So ask me what kind of answers I got.
What kind of answers did you get, Liz Becker?
Tall, beautiful, thin, dark hair.
Now, I want to see if what you just asked, and again, you're still taking requests, correct?
I am.
And we're going to give the Facebook in a second, but I want to see if what you just said, if it's effective.
Right.
You ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Blake? You heard what she said?
Yes.
Okay, so give us your answer, please.
Tall. No. I like intelligence. I think intelligence is very sexy.
Intelligence.
Now, what specifically? Like, how would you know? What would show you when you're having I'm assuming through conversation.
Yeah, you'd have to engage in some sort of conversation.
Right, and what specifically about the conversation would you be like, oh, she's intelligent?
I guess, a little bit of being sharp, just kind of a mix of, I guess, kind of just basic smarts and a little bit of, academic intelligence as well.
Are you dating right now?
I'm sorry?
Are you dating someone now?
I'm not.
You're not. Okay, so you haven't found anybody intelligent.
I have not found very many intelligent.
Brother, I hear you. I'm with you. We're right here. I hear you. Not that I haven't. I mean, I have, but I'm just saying, You're not at that point. So we're going to take anybody call in 888-721-0074. You can call in and give Liz, again.
Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. It's not physical, and I'd like the specific, because you see, like, as Blake said, usually men will say when it comes to personality, they'll say, confidence, intelligence, but, that can mean different to every single person.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What does that mean? Exactly. So just breaking it down to understand. I know that you wanted to use this, I mentioned this as the handle that you want me to have, Liz, break it down, Becker.
Yes, that's right. Break it down.
That's what I like to do.
You like that?
But
break it down?
I think it flows.
There you go.
No, I don't want a handle. I just thought that it was cute to mention because
she doesn't want a handle. She doesn't want to be put in a box.
I don't want to be put in a box, even though I like breaking things down. But that's how you learn. That's how you get the clearest amount of information. Because if 10 guys tell me intelligent, confidence, secure, comfortable, all of those, that's great. Those are just words. They're just semantics. So
well, you ask for adjectives, ain't you?
Sure, there are adjectives, yeah, but it's.
But do you want to know when you meet somebody what it attracts you to them, or the first time you see them?
Well, not necessarily first. Listen, let's be real here. Men in this world, the first initial attraction is the shoes.
The shoes
is going to be physical.
No, it's the shoes. It's the feet. The feet got to be perfect.
For you, it's the feet.
It's got to be.
Somebody else, it could be the eyes, could be the hair.
Freddie, what do you like? What's the first thing? First thing that attracts you to a woman?
The first thing, their eyes.
Eyes, okay.
Now, I will say that I have been in situations where I have seen a woman that maybe physically a man wouldn't necessarily find absolutely gorgeous, but he's sitting at the other end of a bar and he's hearing the conversation that she's having with somebody else.
And you're running away.
And no, they actually are attracted to it, yes. So, yes, the first initial thing you're going to be looking, that's what you see in front of you. That's the sensory feedback that you're getting at that moment is the visual. But then after, what is it that you're going to find sexy? Because there have been many women that I've seen physically sexy, and then the minute they open up their mouth, I see the guy being turned off. I see the guy just sort of backing off.
Well, that happens with guys too. You think a guy's a good-looking guy, and next thing you want to do is run away to another planet because this guy is a complete fool.
So anybody want to give me some of their insight? I would love to hear it. Yeah, you can find me on Facebook at Liz Becker. It's just, or you can find me at Enhanced, our page.
Enhanced
NLP training.
That's what it says.
Yes.
Okay.
And I would love to hear the feedback.
And if anybody gives you feedback, let us know Monday night.
I will. Enlighten me, please.
And we have an announcement that we're going to be making. We're going to hopefully come live to you guys from a different location up in Jog and Boynton Beach at a mall called The Fountains. We were at a meeting last night, and it's in the process of opening up a TV radio program up there, which we're really excited about. So I just wanted to kick that in the last 3 minutes. Or 2 minutes. What do we got? Like 2 minutes? 2 minutes. Again, you can watch us on WWNN 1470 Monday nights at 7:30 to 8. You can see Liz break it down Becker.
Oh no, that's it. I created a monster.
There you go. I think that's fantastic. And our good friend Scotty Baby will be back next week at 12:30 to 1. I want to thank him for letting us do this. Had a lot of fun. Blake, thank you. You're the man.
Yes,
always
no,
great.
Thank you.
No, always great to have you.
Great
Blake,
answers.
You want to let people know how they can reach you? We got like 30 seconds.
My Twitter is statguy STATGUI86.
Okay, wait. How much time do we have?
30 seconds.
Okay, 2 seconds. I want you to say, sports announce a play on basketball using the name Mikel Beton. Goes for the dunk, something like that.
Mikel Beton?
Yes.
Beton dribbles right. He passes to the left. He passes back. Beton to the middle of the lane. Throws it down. Tomahawk jam.
Excellent. That was for my sons.
Also, I want to plug in Alan Knight on Night and Day, Wednesday, 7 to 8 on 1470. Check him out. He's my partner. We're going to be at the mall doing our show. Alan Knight. It's Alan Knight and Bridget Day, Night and Day, Wednesday nights, 7 to 8, 1470 a.m. Okay. I think we done. Are we done, my friend? Yep, we're done. All right. Want to thank Freddie, our boy guy, for putting us together. And we'll see you guys. Liz, I'll see you Monday.
Have a great weekend. Yes.
All righty.